Hey everybody, welcome to Elseworlds Exchange. I'm Sal.
And
We're
I'm
banging an
Joel.
episode. Sorry it's not live, but normally you'd find it live going to youtube.com/ComicPOP. And of course, you can support the show by going to patreon.com/ComicPOP, or when the show is live, using the super chats to participate with us. Instead, it's going to be a audience-free show. Hopefully not, but live,
Yeah, really.
yes, but post-live, hopefully not. Hopefully you're watching right now. We're going to talk about Disney Plus, and more importantly, what it means for us fans of like Marvel and all that stuff. Because here's the thing: they dropped a whole bunch of information for us. They've been teasing it
Sure did.
a little bit, telling us a couple of things here and there. But finally, they're like, "All right, well, there are Japanese screenshots being leaked of what the interface looks like. We're not going to be able to hide this
Isn't there
anymore.
always?
We might as well get in front of it." So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about what is going to be on the service, what we hope to see on the service, and maybe a couple of ideas for the service. So as it pertains to the comic stuff, not like, I don't know, the Disney Renaissance, Lion King 1.5. Is that going to be in the service? Who cares?
Not that we don't like those.
No, I'm sure it's fine, but like, it's a comic book show.
Yeah, we got to talk about the goods, what the people really want,
right.
the capes and the Star Wars.
That's right. So, every Marvel show that has been announced is such that we're going to get a show called, originally enough, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Fine, all right.
Okay. Spoilers for Endgame, but let's pretend like that's not.
It's what it says on the tin.
Yep, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
It's like the Falcon and the Snowman.
It could be a fun buddy cop show.
I'm down for that. I wonder, is Bucky still going to be living in Wakanda? Is that going to be the backdrop of this show?
I doubt it. I think it's going to be like a kind of globe-hopping adventure series,
Right.
but in the same humor as the back of the Volkswagen from
Right,
Civil War.
right. I was still truly hoping though that Shuri and some of those Wakandan characters would pop on in like Kramer the wacky neighbor. Hey guys, what are you doing in here?
That'd be great. A Shuri show is like, come on, let's get it.
Oh, that's on the pipeline. I'm sure they'll call it like Shuri, Princess of Wakanda.
Right. Makes sense. There's a show that no one I know has ever asked for, nor is excited about. It's the Wanda Maximoff Vision show, dubbed WandaVision, which is just the worst name.
Strange name. It's like Technicolor.
Yeah. God only knows what this is about. I also know I don't care.
If they were smart, they would base off that Tom King Vision run we love so much, but they probably won't.
It's steeped in continuity and lore. Like,
I know.
Are we gonna get like any of those characters to show up too? I doubt it, but
There's fun places they could go with it. Lord knows Scarlet Witch has a lot of baggage, and now that we have unlocked the mutants in this universe, we've gotten that achievement, we've unlocked it. Maybe episode 1 is like, hey, Vision, I did a 23andMe genetics thing. Turns out I'm actually mutant.
Right. We could also see the return of Ultron, and that being like the main antagonist of the show.
That'd be pretty
We don't know.
sweet.
Do we know how long these shows are going to run?
It sounded like they're going to be like most of them are going to be 6, but they're going to be really expensive 6s.
I assume that they would be like, honestly, my expectation is something like 3.
Because they're paying the movie actors to come on these.
Exactly, and none of them, like, as much as I'm sure many of them are aware of the future that is streaming, I'm sure some of them are kind of like, I was in fucking A Knight's Tale. What am I doing on this streaming show about the robots? Like,
yeah, I ain't taking a pay cut.
exactly. But even then, like, I'm not taking. I can imagine. I mean, we know so many actors who have gone over to Japan to do,
Crazy commercials.
depressingly pathetic commercials for watches or brandy or whatever. But I could see a lot of actors being like, I'm not doing a streaming service. I'm a movie star. I didn't get into this. I didn't get in.
Right.
Sorry, there was some kind of like technical noise. There we go. I didn't get into this to go backwards, to be on like not TV. I'm on like not TV. Like YouTube Red. I'm not doing that, and I'm not doing this Disney whatever the hell.
I mean, maybe the way they were able to pitch it is like, look, we're doing this for Game of Thrones money. Like, that's the thing. Every episode will be wildly expensive. And hey, if people like it and people really respond to it, when it comes time to write the next theatrical movie, maybe your character will get a bigger leading part.
I could see that definitely being a carrot for some of these people.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't think that Elizabeth Olsen nor Paul Bettany have like crazy egos or anything, but
No.
it's more like I just think it's really weird. Like the fact that no one except for Sam Jackson and Lady Sif showed up in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And that was like a big time show that had a lot of momentum behind it when it launched.
It did. And their episodes are great.
Yeah. Oh, Kobe Smulders was also on one episode, but
That's right, she was.
but she came from TV.
Right, so that's slightly different.
Exactly. Sorry, there's just something wrong with my...
Do you think potentially we could see reference to the kids maybe? Do you think that's my back of my head theory? I'm like, oh, they're building up to a Young Avengers, aren't they, at some point? Maybe the Young Avengers will be a TV thing.
I mean, that's smart. I would definitely think towards that future, especially since I think they are as well. I would definitely play with the whole, like, can Vision and Wanda have kids thing.
That would be a fun one. Hey, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Hey, look, you found this fun guy, and his last name is Bradley.
Right. Be cool.
Isn't he a cool guy? He's a real patriot. You should hang out with him.
Yeah, I love that idea. Oh, real patriot. Nicely done.
He's a real patriot.
We're also getting 2 documentary shows or whatever. We're getting Marvel's Hero Project about like people who've done remarkable things. We're also getting 616, which is like the history of the characters.
That's
That's cool. More importantly, in terms of narrative shows, we're still getting that Loki show.
We're still getting it, yeah. Hiddleston's still on it, but they're questioning how on it he's going to be, that maybe we might see like young kid Loki and lady Loki and creepy old man Loki, and maybe those will be different actors. Maybe that'll be Hiddleston in dress up. Who knows?
I feel like, because I'd heard a rumor that it was going to be about like Loki through time. That it'll probably be more like a Quantum Leap type show where it's like period pieces for every episode, and maybe Loki will be in the body or in the form of somebody else.
Right, because he's the god of mischief. He's very malleable.
Exactly. But I'm in. I guess that sounds fun. I mean, like, I like Loki. Do I care about a Loki solo project? Not especially. But I guess if it's against the greater scope... Here's the thing. The most frustrating thing about the Disney Plus thing with Marvel is a comment that Kevin Feige made not too long ago, in which he said, this is going to have big repercussions and connections to the MCU at large.
Right.
Yeah, you said that about the shows.
Yeah, but I'm serious
like,
this time.
We all tuned in because you said it was all connected, man.
We all took the bait, and then it stopped.
And listen, like, we were all on board. Like, none of us were like, oh, grump. These Netflix shows aren't up to snuff. Like, no, they were freaking dynamite and smart. You could do really, really, like, down-to-earth, heavy shit and not screw up your MCU by making it, like, so influential or so lighthearted.
You could actually talk about important issues and darker subject matter that would not fly in a family-centric summer blockbuster.
It still works, and it still would fit into that universe. And then they were like, nah, forget all that. The stuff we're making for this streaming service, we spent a lot of money on. Literally, I believe they acquired Fox in order to get this thing going. So
yeah, I mean, that's just like American business in general. We could have a lot of money, or we could have all of the money.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Fine, as long as you then think about the other things. We'll get into those in a minute. There's also going to be a Hawkeye show, which I think is the most exciting thing.
Yes, probably the most TV ready, especially if what it sounds like is true turns out to be true and they're just adapting the Matt Fraction run.
Right. And so they're like, okay, Jeremy Renner, where's the Hawkeye movie? It's in this show. What's it about? Kate Bishop.
And tracksuit Draculas, hopefully.
I'm in. That's fine. I love it.
Look, guys, I'm just saying, I own a tracksuit, and I will do a bro voice if I get the walk-on in this. I really want to get punched by Jeremy Renner.
Depends on if they shoot it in Toronto or not.
To say, that's enough. They haven't announced where they're going to film this. Are they going to do what the CW does and just film them all in Vancouver, save a bundle of money?
I would. The other thing they're saying is like some of these shows / things will be available like day 1.
Yes.
And other things will be available year 2.
Yeah. Again, which they're already doing the phase thing. I think they already said, what is it, Mandalorians? That's gonna be like a day 1 thing for the Disney Plus app, which is a pretty fucking strong thing to start with.
Absolutely. Well, if you're gonna launch your big tentpole franchise show streaming, it's got to be day 1.
And also, hey, we didn't talk about this yet. Surprisingly affordable at only $6.99 American, undercutting quite a lot of their streaming competition.
Yeah, $6.99. I mean, like, first of all, sure for the first year, but nice price point. I actually have been so sick of streaming services, and I'm so like, I'm disheartened by it. But like the second they announced it all, I saw like nary a peep about the price, or like people are like, oh, I see the catalog, I guess I have to get it. I have to get it. Not I'm
which
thinking
means
about it, not I'm going to pirate it. I have to pay it and get it.
It's true. I guess they're doing their job right. They also said 2 things that made me really interested. One, yes, we're working out deals with Sony. Yes, you can watch it on your PlayStation 4. Because I don't know what kind of setup you have, Sal, but my entire media entertainment setup in my living room is just all built around my PlayStation.
You could use the PlayStation. I use Chromecast for the most of my stuff, which I wish I didn't because Chromecast is so crappy and unreliable. But the Sony thing leads into a pitch that I have later on, but we'll get into it. The other thing from Marvel is Marvel's What If, which is like, holy shit. Animated, so don't get too excited, everybody. But it will be basically just like What If and a bunch of other ideas that are connected to the MCU.
Great concept.
So like Agent Carter getting the super soldier serum. I think that was one of the pitches, and I think
that's the first one.
I think they're all playing the characters. Like Chris Evans will be playing Captain America, or at the very least Steve Rogers, and Haley Atwell will be playing Agent Carter. Like, we're getting a lot of that stuff.
They can literally phone in their performances.
And they certainly will. But that's a great idea, the What If show.
The question is, too, it's like, okay, so you're going to have animated stuff on this. What about the Hulu animated shows that you've made a big deal about? Because you guys own Hulu, too. I actually heard a really interesting idea that I hope turns out to be true, because Disney now has the biggest share of streaming with this brand new app, with Hulu and ESPN Plus. Yeah. Apparently, the rumor is you can pay the $6.99 for Disney Plus individually, or get that Hulu and ESPN as part of like a big bulk thing, so you get all 3.
Makes sense, because from the Hulu thing, you're getting 4 animated projects. You're getting Howard the Duck, MODOK, Hitmonkey, and Tigra and Dazzler. I'm sorry, and you're also getting a combined show a la The Defenders called The Offenders.
So technically 5.
Technically, you're getting 5 shows. All of them animated. And all of them still headed up by Jeff Loeb. Which is bizarre.
But with other good people involved.
But that means that they're not just throwing everything away.
No.
And it means that like they're connecting them in some way. Now, maybe the animated shows won't have any links to the MCU whatsoever. Maybe the Hulu section will be where they're going to dump all the old Netflix projects.
Right, I was going to say, wouldn't it be hilarious that Charlie Cox shows up in the Howard the Duck show voicing himself?
Right. I could definitely see that happening. By the way, hey, Phase 2 for Hulu animated series, the Donald Glover Deadpool show.
Yeah, could we finally do that now? Is he not too pissed at you guys to not take the check?
Put that over there. But
I mean, he's your young Lando. Come on.
Come on. Yeah, when you're going to make your Lando Begins movie.
Yeah. Sweeten him up, be like, you can finally make this Deadpool show now.
So, like, that's what Marvel's going to look like, right? And we also assume we're going to get a bunch of other Disney-produced Marvel stuff from the back end. We're probably going to get that awful animated SpiderMan show. You're going to get Ultimate Spider-Man. You're going to get that crappy-looking Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers shows.
Can we get Spectacular? Can I just stream Spectacular somewhere, please?
And that's the thing. Like, you're definitely going to get anything that Disney has made already. So, like, Guardians, Avengers, Spider-Man, at least 2 of those shows. That
eventually, I'm sure stuff Fox had in the vault, like X-Men Evolution and everything.
That's the hope. And that's what I'm thinking in terms of like pitching. As much as I like all those ideas and like these new ideas and these new shows, and I think they should definitely focus on those because original content is key. Here is a list of everything that needs to also be there so that you can basically create a DC Universe app within your Disney app.
Yep.
If you are just a Marvel fan and you just want to have a full, because this is the closest thing you're ever going to get to like a Marvel channel.
Oh
right?
yeah.
So
Let's
if
hear
it's
it.
Disney behind it, you can get the following: the '60s Fantastic Four and Spider-Man shows.
Nice.
The '78 Fantastic Four show with Herbie the Robot, the '70s Spider-Woman show, both Spider-Man shows from the '80s Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, that '80s Hulk show, the live-action Bill Bixby Hulk show,
Oh damn.
the X-Men animated series from Fox.
That's what you want. That's the sweetest plum right there.
X-Men animated, plus the Marvel Action Hour animated shows like Fantastic Four, which has been much maligned, and Iron Man.
Yes.
You got that Hulk show that also came out in '96, the Silver Surfer show, Spider-Man Unlimited, Avengers United They Stand, which is one of the worst Avengers cartoons I've ever seen, but
Boy, is
just
it
for
ever.
posterity, put it all on there. Let people decide.
You gotta have it.
X-Men Evolution, Spider-Man, the TV show from MTV, the CG animated show.
Oh shit!
By
yeah.
the way, this is where you're working on a deal with Sony. Like you want to make a really good business partner with Sony. Get all of that shit. Get all the Spider-Man shows and end this nonsense.
For completion.
So Spider-Man gets in there. Spectacular Spider-Man gets on there. The '90s Spider-Man show gets on there. That's Fox, so you're good on that one.
That was on Netflix for a bit, so we know you can put it on streaming.
On streaming. What was it? Fantastic Four: World's Greatest Heroes from 2006.
Oh yes, the often forgotten
Wolverine
one.
and the X-Men. That Iron Man Armored Adventures show.
Oh shit!
All the Marvel anime stuff. Marvel, Iron Man, Wolverine, Blade, X-Men, and of course Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the best thing that Marvel's ever done in animation.
Also, all that like Disc War stuff and all those other weird like animated side projects they did, like Black Widow versus the Punisher and whatever.
Next Avengers, which is a great little animated movie, which by the way Kevin Feige did work on.
Oh yes, he did. Wolverine versus Hulk and Thor versus
Hulk
Hulk.
versus Wolverine, Hulk versus Thor. You also have, of course, those shows which need to be like, okay, so they're on TV. Bring them over to the service after the season's over, like Agent Carter, Runaways, Cloak and Dagger, Shield.
Yes, exactly. Please have these all be in one place because it's really annoying them being split up on all these different networks.
Those shows that I mentioned are also more family-friendly, more family-oriented. They fit in with the mold that Disney Plus is pitching. Also, all those animated projects fit as well. I didn't say the Netflix shows as much as I desperately want them to be there because I understand what they're going for and what they don't want. And what they don't want is to like alienate their family audience. They want to be able to be like, they want to be able to facilitate the parents out there who grab an iPad, shove it in their kid's face, and don't take it away from them until they graduate college. Like, so fine. You know what? Netflix, all that stuff goes over to Hulu. But at least it can go someplace we can watch. Now, I know that, Netflix has said they're going to keep those shows in perpetuity, but like, whatever, just pay the money and get
that can always
just
change.
get the shows back. Not only that, but then start producing new shows and get those motherfuckers into those movies because
that would be really nice. Even just to have Misty Knight show up and just to have Luke Cage show up and stuff.
Yeah. But I would love it if they're going to dump this much money and this much effort and they're going to put this much reliance on it, and if there's this much hype around the whole damn service as it stands, then make it the most one-stop shopping for Marvel media as humanly possible. Where
you really got it. And I think after looking at the DC Universe app, it can be like, okay, we know how to do right what you guys did wrong. We have a roadmap.
Not only
now.
that, but like do right what you did right. Like, for example, in preparation for the Shazam movie, the DC Universe people cleaned up and brought back that horrible 70s Shazam show.
Nice. Oh, that's like my dad's favorite.
Right.
He knows Shazam because he watched it in the 70s.
Listen, it's gorgeous looking and it's available on the DC Universe app. Marvel should do the same thing with all those projects. I'm talking 1970 Spider-Man show, the Bill Bixby Hulk show, those TV movies like The Trial of the Incredible Hulk with Daredevil in them and Thor. Like, do everything. Get everything Marvel in there. Hell, get Muppet Babies and all the Marvel crossovers with those things in there as well. Like, shove it all in there.
Get Roger Corman's Fantastic Four in there.
Why not? If you've never seen it, it is worth at least one watch and totally family friendly. There is nothing inappropriate. except for the relationship between Reed and Sue when they first start dating, which is actually comic canonical.
Ooh.
So yeah, but otherwise, totally fine. There's nothing scary or in any way dangerous about them. Why wouldn't it be great to have that Fantastic Four movie cleaned up as best as an intern at Disney could make, and then shove it on the app? So it's like there, you can watch it now. Everything and anything that was made that has Marvel's name on it is available under one banner.
Same with that old Howard the Duck movie too. Why not?
That shit's on Blu-ray. You know that can be there in a heartbeat.
Oh, of course. In fact, I'm sure the new Howard the Duck series will crack endless fun at that movie, so you might as well have it on there so people can get the references.
I heard that I think Leah Thompson's on it. So.
Oh, really?
At the very least, she's involved in some way. I know that
Oh, wow.
But anyway, so my pitch for Disney Plus Marvel is basically just make it so that everything Marvel is under one banner. If you're gonna tout that Marvel is this house of cohesion and that you've put everything under, get it all there. Make it one-stop shopping.
Yes,
make it so that the one place everybody needs to go for all that Marvel stuff is there, as opposed to scouring the internet or desperately trying to find it across multiple streaming service platforms. Just make it happen, because then you never know. You watch the metrics, you go holy shit, everyone's watching that Spider-Man 90s show. Everyone. Guess we'll bring it back, or we'll do a special revival. Everyone's watching the X-Men animated series. Every single episode is on there. Are you kidding me? Please get it on there.
Heck, because you own everything lock, stock, and smoke and barrel, can you do something that Netflix has never done that I've always wanted? Can I have commentary, please, for my streaming?
Yeah, right? Because some of those things have been made, but there's that great X-Men book, Previous on X-Men, about the animated series. Yeah. Why isn't that a documentary made specifically for Disney Plus about the show? Maybe you can make that first, hype up the show, get people involved. But I love that idea of commentaries for all those things. I mean, listen, for most of those movies, the commentaries are recorded anyway. But for some of those shows, bring in some of the old voice actors and the old, people,
please,
and get something cool about that. Because most of that shit is passive income. It's passively coming in. We have the stock. We digitize it, put it over here.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's just a simple matter of having your agents call other agents and having them show up in a booth one day.
It's true. It's so true. Also, too, hey, Greg Weisman, that Spectacular Spider-Man we never got you to finish, and then you went and started working with DC. Well, guess what? Everyone's loving this Spectacular Spider-Man. How would you like to come back and do a new season for streaming?
Oh, yeah. Well, and this might be the place where we can finally get what I've been pitching forever, which is an in-universe direct-to-DVD, but now direct-to-streaming, because DVDs are out and dead and Blu-rays are close behind. A direct-to-streaming series of interconnected Marvel movies that all have a similar animation style, a la DC, although I hate what they're doing over there.
They bunged it up.
The thing is, they backed the wrong fucking horse. DC's
the new 52 will be here for decades to come.
Even when we have abandoned in the comics, it'll be there. They're gonna have their pop collars in all the movies, and they're gonna have giant necks and tiny heads, and Batman will sound like he's chewing gum all the time. It's just gonna be great.
Can we redesign it? No, we're gonna cut your budget 1,000,000 times, so you're stuck with these terrible designs.
No. Instead, I would love it if they were okay, just pick key Marvel Comics events throughout history, Contest of Champions, Secret Wars, Acts of Vengeance, that kind of thing. Cast the same freaking people and just intermittently release a movie, a big tentpole event movie, and side movies about key characters,
Wouldn't that be ideal?
Because, then you could also pick and choose from the animated worlds, but more importantly, you're driving more people in who would normally go to Walmart to buy a Blu-ray or go to wherever the hell they go. Where do you go to get your DC directed streaming movies? You know what I mean? When the latest come on, where do you go?
iTunes.
Wouldn't it be nice to get some of that scratch from iTunes and be screw it?
Wouldn't it?
Especially to recoup some of your loss, because Disney spent several truckloads of money to make this all happen. To produce some of this shit would actually cost way less than it would to bring it in.
Also, too, as a Canuck myself, what I really appreciate is that Disney had a roadmap of places where they're going to start the app, and they're saying, okay, look, we start with America. Watch, they said North America, U.S., then the rest of North America the following year, and I'm like, wait, does that include Canada or not? Okay, we're going to get it at least as late as next year, unlike the DC Universe app, where it's like it's coming, it's coming soon, and it's coming hard. You better believe it, and then they've just stopped talking about it.
Yeah, what's so frustrating is to me the international like availability of streaming services and how it's like oh no, it's not available in your country or your region. Like, well, congratulations, you've literally encouraged an entire nation of people to pirate your shit.
Yep, our money's not good enough for them. What gets into a real shit show? I talked to my other co-host Matt, who's in Australia. They got Netflix incredibly late. They only got it like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And by the time they got, it's like, oh, I can't wait to watch House of Cards and Orange is the New Black and all these other great shows. Ooh, sorry, Aussies. We cut deals with your local TV networks to get these shows over here with like commercials and shit, so you don't actually get those on the app. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that is duplicitous and terrible.
Yeah. That's what you get for being descendants of a prison colony. No Orange is the New Black for you.
Yeah, it sucks. So I don't blame you. For being skeptical, but also like, come on, man. Like, it's 2019. Let's get this ball rolling here. Put everyone in it. Also, wouldn't it be nice to be like, yo, it's all available right now for everybody?
Yeah.
You know, within the year.
That'd be a nice feeling.
I mean, I get the whole like international thing and like the broadcast rights, but still.
It'd be very nice to be able to actually, be able to enjoy stuff at the same time as my American friends.
Yeah, it's not like we're not an isolationist nation anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we do want to talk to each other about the same things.
Well, despite what some people would have you believe, but yes, I agree with Sal's interpretation.
Yeah. So, those are a couple of my pitches. I just think like it's more like logic. It's not like creative so much as it is like logical. Like, please don't leave anything out. Leave no stone unturned. Like, don't leave anything to chance. Cross every T, dot every I. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Like, make it all part of one place.
Yeah, give me the things, and I will pay you for the things.
It's also secretly diabolical because on my end, let's say Disney says like fuck Marvel and they get rid of it, like they did with the Power Rangers.
Yeah,
it's all in one place. Like, when it goes back, it all goes back. You get it all in one place, so it's all in one little box. Like, as opposed to like, oh, this is available. This expires in this year, and this expires in this year, and no. Get it all in one place, so we can all get it. Anyway, so what are you thinking?
I'm very excited for it, and I didn't think I'd be as excited for this because I think, much like you, I was in the mindset of like, oh god, another app. This is getting as expensive as cable now. What the hell's the point?
And I'm pissed about it. Like, I don't like it.
No,
but I will. Like, partially because this is our job. Like, I can't afford to just ignore it.
Absolutely, and because it is our job, we can write it off later.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. But also, I want to be excited for some of the things they're creating, and like, damn it if The Mandalorian and any of those other ancillary Marvel projects don't get me interested at the very least.
They said all the right things is to start this off. We'll see how it goes. We'll see the interface. But yeah, they said everything they had to say to get me, and clearly a lot of people like me, to be very interested in this. And speaking of The Mandalorian, did you see that footage that leaked out?
I saw over the shoulder shaky cam footage of it.
The best kind.
Yeah, I'm excited. It looks great.
Man.
So hopefully it is. Man, I don't have any reason to think it won't be.
Filthy Stormtroopers is totally my jam, and Werner Herzog as an Imperial. It's like, how has this not been a thing already?
No, it's true. No, great casting, great creative people working on it. I'm in.
Carl Weathers in the Star Wars universe.
He's a bounty hunter of some kind.
Yes, that is what will help us heal as a nation and all come together over these next few years. Carl Weathers is in Star Wars.
Yes, the guy that, as a little kid, I thought was Lando Calrissian. In a world where there is a Lando Calrissian.
Aw, yeah.
I'm so excited. No, everything about Mandalorian looks awesome. By the way, everything about Marvel that I said, everything about Star Wars needs to be done. Listen,
Yes.
you're making a streaming service. Like I said, little kids with iPads, you cannot discount the amount of watch time children in cars or in diners or at like dinner or like, anywhere in the world on an airplane are going to be watching these things. Get Droids, the old cartoon, on there. Get the Ewoks on there. Get
Caravan of Courage.
get all the Ewoks movies, everything that was or is Star Wars. Get that Clone Wars show, the cartoon show.
Oh, they're going to. Not only are you getting that, but you're getting another season, and you're probably getting Rebels and everything else in there, too.
That's the CG show. I'm talking about the Tartakovsky.
Oh, yeah, definitely get that
shit. All that on there. Get everything Star Wars. Now, the other thing is you need to have it curated. It can't just be like, oh, it's Star Wars, meh, because then like lunatics are going to absorb everything and go like, it's all canon, and they're going to be like, no. So like you need to have like legend sections and whatnot.
I like that.
And then similarly to my Marvel idea, I mean, like, come on, let's get Shadows of the Empire on like animated movie like here. Let's get some Star Wars animated pictures in here.
Oh, that'd be really fun. Also, too, hey, make a big deal around Christmas time where it's like we have a brand new Star Wars thing coming out. You're going to love it. And then they just re-release the Christmas special.
Yes, that would be amazing. Especially if...
For Life Day. Call it Life Day.
Yeah, and especially if they, like, went to Lucas, got the prints, cleaned it up. Because, like, usually the only way you can watch it is on a grainy tape or a CG or a TV YouTube version of a tape.
With the commercials that are almost part of the fun, fighting the Frizzies.
Oh yeah, about like unions and whatnot. Like I would be okay if they were like, we're not going to put the Star Wars Holiday Special on there. But in terms of completion, please just put everything in there, including the Holiday Special. You need 9.5 minutes of Wookiees just growling at each other with no subtitles.
Oh, naturally. It's important also, too. First appearance of Boba Fett. You're really doubling down on these Mandalorians, so maybe you should have his first appearance.
That's true. So there you go.
Just saying, for a historical context, even if you just take that Nelvana animated short and put that on there.
Right. No, those actually make sense. Like, the animated shorts are the most watchable part of those specials.
Indeed.
So, yeah. But yeah, any other pitches for this whole streaming service, or any expectations or hopes?
Again, I talked about commentary. I like the price point. I like that I'm actually going to see it in a reasonable time, that they've actually given a roadmap. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very appreciative of a lot of this. Maybe on the Disney side of thing, and I know we were talking more about the like movies and nerds things, but hey, let's get the Disney afternoon up in there. Let's get the Darkwing Ducks and the Gargoyles. Can we please get Gargoyles all collected in some place I can stream it, please? Nice.
Yeah, Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck and DuckTales, the original DuckTales and Tailspin.
They said DuckTales was going to be on there, but they did not specify if it was old DuckTales or new DuckTales. I'm going to assume it's new DuckTales. I have to
assume the new shit is going to be on there like day one. But like you got to get the old shit in there. You got to get Gummy Bears and you got to get Tailspin and like, everything that could possibly have been Bonkers, all that crap.
Especially now, do you have to get it when new DuckTales goes out of its way to reference all the classic Disney afternoon stuff?
Yeah, it's true. It's amazing how much history they acknowledge, so let's put it in there so at least we can all be in on the joke.
Yeah, so we can all be nerds and go back and be like, oh, wait, the Gummy Bears was a thing? That's a real thing Scrooge was referencing?
Right? And it has like...
Don Carnage was a villain over here? What?
Yeah. What is Launchpad doing on this, like, as a sidekick?
Yeah, just to really friggin' confuse people. Mm-hmm. How is he on both?
Yeah. Right? No, there's
he had a lot of time to
split.
There's
a lot there that's Disney that's, like, either forgotten or ignored that should be resurrected, or at the very least put there for posterity.
Pretty please.
Certainly that's why I like some of the Disney or the DC Universe app, where I'm like, hey, Superman, oh, there's only 2 seasons, what the fuck?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Like, hey, Batman the Animated Series, 2 seasons, why?
Put it all in or put none of it in. What's your problem?
Why isn't it all on there? What are we doing? Justice League Unlimited.
Okay.
Why isn't all of Justice League on there?
Well, we need to get you back next time for phase 2, we guess.
If this is the place where I watch them, then this is where I'm going to be paying to watch them. What are you doing? So
I could just pull out my Blu-rays. I have the Blu-rays.
Yeah, it wasn't so long ago. I don't have them already. So
exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think as much as I hate the splinterification of our media and fragmenting it any further, this kind of thing could be used for good in terms of like
Yes.
get all of it there, get all of it under one place, so that at least I don't have to go far for all my stuff.
It all belongs in a museum. Put it in the museum.
Yeah. Well, also, like, if it's Marvel, it's in the Marvel app. If it's, DC, it's in the DC app. Like, I'm not such a jackass that I'm like, no, I need a comic book app and everything comic book related, like the Swamp Thing cartoon show and everything needs to be on this one plate. Like, no. But if it's Marvel, I should find it in the place with the red box and the white Marvel logo. And if it's DC, it better at least be in their app. Like, keep it there. At the very least, if you're gonna fragment everything, at least make it so there's like 3 or 4 things I need as opposed to 10 or 11.
Yeah, at least fragment it right if you're gonna fragment it.
Like, I ain't paying for CBS All Access. Bite me.
No.
Just to watch one bad Star Trek show. So, yeah. The other thing is, like, I think the effort that was put in for Disney Plus, like the amount of money that was spent, the amount of curation that was happening, the amount of like production for original programming, indicates that it isn't just like CBS All Access, where it's like, I don't know.
No.
I heard there's money in here.
No, they really do think this is the future, and they're not nickel and diming it.
I mean, they might in the future for us, but for now, at the very least, I want to be able to watch everything in one place, or at the very least in the least amount of places. Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh, it's one thing they didn't mention, but I hope they do mention, is this going to be like Netflix where I can have multiple people on my Disney Plus account? Because I am that person who everyone else leeches off their Netflix right now.
I don't know, man. I assume that like everything that works for Netflix will be available on Disney Plus, and everything that doesn't work on Netflix will probably be either will have been field tested.
Because I hope Disney doesn't Disney it up and they're like, no, everyone needs their own.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Everyone needs to pay for their own. Why do you think we're charging $6.99 for this?
Yeah, because we believe everyone can afford it. Like,
or that's $6.95 or $69.95 for a whole year. You don't have to pay the $6.99 a month. Yeah, you can actually do a flat rate.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's different. I appreciate it because like I'll have $70 on myself now. That's how I pay for PlayStation Plus every year. I get like a gift card for Christmas every year, and that's what I put on, and that holds me over for the whole year.
Smart. I mean, they didn't go in this half-cocked.
No, they really didn't. They really thought this through, which I appreciate, because even as much as I like those DC Universe shows, boy, did they go in half-cocked on a lot of that.
Yeah, that's true.
And in fact, I have it on good authority. Oh no, they came out late. They were supposed to announce that like a year and a half before they did.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me in the least. I mean,
Yeah, they kind of stumble bummed into it.
But we want to know from you, what are you most excited for that's coming out that is exclusively found on the Disney Plus app? It could be, Lion King 2. Or
feel free to get obscure on us. Be like, I want those first run Disney Channel original movies you can't find anymore.
Exactly. I want that episode, that TV special from, I guess it was like TGIF, when Mickey goes missing and then he has to cross over with all the other shows like Family Ties.
So, someone apparently did like a supercut of that on YouTube. We've mentioned this before, and someone sent that to me, and I'm like, "What? That's real?
Yeah, that's awesome." I guess I'll have to watch it now.
That is awesome.
But anyway, let us know. We'll look forward to catching that, and we'll see you guys.
Let me get Phantom of the Megaplex and all those other ones.
Yeah. And of course, check out us on Patreon for the sideshow. We got a little bonus show that's exclusive only to Patreon. It's got like our own streaming service over there.
Yeah, it really is.
But check it out.
You can pay whatever you want. You don't have to pay.
A little bonus show, so check that out, and we'll see you guys there. Go to patreon.com/ComicPOP for more. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. I'm Sal.
And I'm Joel. Everybody.